Hey everybody, it's Vishal of Vidona Residential bringing you our fourth quarter market update for 2022. There's been a lot of changes since our last market update, so we wanted to fill you in. Let's jump right into it. As you can see, 1 year can make a huge difference. Over the course of the past year, interest rates have risen over 2 times where they were the same time last year. This is going to have a major dent on the demand for housing, primarily because affordability is lost. As more and more of the buyer's payment goes towards the interest, less and less will be going towards the principal, which means they can no longer afford to pay the price premiums that they were over the past 2 years since the start of the pandemic. Eventually, this is going to cause inventory to start to build up, returning us to a more normal and balanced market. That being said, we are still technically in a seller's market. This rise in inventory isn't due to an oversupply of housing. It's actually due to the number of new listings compared to the same time last year being down by about 25%, but more importantly, it's also because the number of new contracts has fallen even more than that, about 33%. For buyers, this means less competition and more options, but also a higher payment due to the rates. For sellers, it means having to put in more work for a property to sell and even more to get a good price. Also, they should expect a longer time on the market to sell. As the trend of inventory rising continues and inventory builds up, you will eventually see prices plateauing. As they cross the 5-month inventory level, you're actually going to see prices coming down. Homeowners should take comfort in the fact that there's an underlying unfulfilled demand due to the lack of supply of homes over the previous decade. That's not a problem that's going to get solved anytime soon. Also, even though the rising interest rates has reduced the amount of demand for housing, there's still an underlying need for housing that still remains. That's going to be whether it's for sale housing or for rent housing. As the buyer demand falls, so too does the number of new housing starts, which is going to further amplify the shortage of housing while also insulating the prices of existing housing. Developers will be unwilling to start construction on real estate if the value of that real estate will be less in the future than it is today. Now that the rates have risen so much, when we eventually hit the next recessionary period, which really feels imminent, the feds at least have a tool to bring us out of it. By lowering the interest rates in the future, they can stimulate economic activity, which does include home buying. Buyers today should be focused on paying a good price, getting a good home that fits their needs, and not overextending themselves with their payment. Eventually, they'll be able to refinance to bring it down, but they'll have to be able to carry the mortgage until then. Property owners today should understand that the past 2 years of double-digit price appreciation is unsustainable and won't continue for the foreseeable future. Any loss in prices will likely not go below the price appreciation that we've experienced over the past 2 years since the start of the pandemic. You know, the past 10 years in real estate have been a really great time to be a property owner. And the reason why I got into real estate is because I see real estate as the single greatest investment class, and I still do. We hope this was helpful to you, and we want to remind you that we help people with the traditional and non-traditional real estate needs, whether it's residential, commercial, or investment real estate. If there's anybody that you know that you think we should be connected with, just let us know how to reach out to them, and we'll definitely follow up and take great care of them. Talk to you all soon.